Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Saturday, and I'm back bringing you the top 10 free itch.io games of the week. I just wanted to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for the incredible response on yesterday's video. We got over 50 subs yesterday, and if you are here because you subscribed to that video, thank you. Holy cow. If you are here because you saw that video and subscribed, I just want to say thank you, and make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I do have a special announcement specifically for you guys. But for now, let's jump into the top 10 free itch.io games of the week. Alright guys, before we jump straight into this video, I want to say two things. The first one is, if you are watching this video and you are not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below. I upload indie game related content 6 out of 7 days a week, and sometimes I even stream it, so make sure to keep post notifications on if you want to join me next time. The second thing is super exciting, and that would be that me and a bunch of other YouTubers similar to my size are hosting a game jam in the near future. Now, we don't have dates or names nailed down yet, but if you are interested in participating in that game jam, make sure to join the Discord that I've linked in the description down below. And if you are a YouTuber with 100 subs or more in the indie gaming community and you are interested in serving on the jury, make sure to join that Discord as well, and we will get you sorted out. Oh, and I thought of one more thing, so I guess that makes this 3 things, but I just want y'all to check out my new microphone. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? This type of microphone is what we in the industry would refer to as a chonk. Or if you want to get really technical with the terms, it would be a thick, chonky boy. What am I doing? Alright. Anyway, I really love my new microphone, and if you want to check it out for yourself, I'll add it to all of my kit.co bundles. Anyway, let's jump straight into this video, starting with our number 10 spot. In this spot, we have a game called Dr. Noir by Uniday Studio, and I talked about this in one of my Ludum Dare videos, but this is a game where you walk around as a plague doctor and you become infected with a disease. Now, it is your responsibility to make your way through a steampunk world and solve the challenges to cure yourself of the disease and go into the bunker before you die. Here's the thing though, as time goes on, for every day cycle, the disease has another super strange effect on you. So it starts by making you slightly bigger, and then you grow more and more. Soon enough, all of your directions are reversed and you can't see colors and you don't know what is what. It gets really chaotic really fast, but if you guys do like that kind of game, I'd highly recommend you go check it out. I had a ton of fun playing it. Alright, moving on to our number 9 spot, we have a game called PlatformEGG by Tricky Fat Cat. Debatable name, but the game is good. This game is a 2D puzzle platformer, again made for the Ludum Dare Game Jam, as I think a bunch of these games will be. In this game, you have to carry an egg to the end of a platformer level and make sure that it doesn't get hurt. But when you're carrying the egg, you move super slowly and you cannot jump. Now, this makes it quite difficult to do platforming challenges and get to the other side of spike traps and stuff. So there is a game mechanic where you can throw the egg across the level without harming it. Overall, this makes for a really unique gameplay experience because you have to be conscious of where 2 things are at all times during the level. If you guys do like 2D platformers and you're looking for something new to spice it up, I'd highly recommend you check out PlatformEGG. Alright, moving on to our number 8 spot, we have a game called MACHINA by Alisavakis. This is a 2.5D tile map turn-based roguelike game where you play as a character that has a finite number of moves. Now, you can use those moves on your turn to move your character and hide from evil robots. You can also use your movement points coupled with randomly assigned cards to manipulate the height of tiles on the map or even attack enemies. Now, the goal is to survive increasing waves of evil robots and not get your health completely eaten away by them and their big red lasers. I've talked about this game a couple times already this week, so it may sound familiar to you guys, but it just had to go on the list because it's such a fun game. If you guys do like these tactical turn-based games, I'd highly recommend you go check out MACHINA. Alright, moving on to our number 7 spot for the week, we have a game called No Fish to Die by BCKR or Becker. Now this is a 2D platformer where you have to keep a fish alive. If you're wondering why so many of these games have to do with keeping things alive, it's because that was the theme of the Ludum Dare Jam this week. This game mixes platforming with puzzling with keeping a fish alive super seamlessly. So in this game, you have to carry a goldfish to the end of each level, and it is a spy themed game, so there's any number of laser traps and all kinds of stuff like that. But here's the catch. The fish is a goldfish and it cannot survive for more than 3 seconds outside of water. Now there's fish tanks scattered all across the level and you can throw the fish into them, but it makes for a super challenging, fun gameplay experience. This is coupled with a really fun spoofy story and characters that are based on the 007 movies, and I highly recommend you check it out if you do like 2D platformers and you're looking for a fun, challenging game to switch it up. Alright, moving on to our number 6 spot, we have a game by Moving on to our number 6 spot, we have a game by Solais. No, wait, what? Ugh. Moving on to our number 6 spot, we have a game called Solais by DragonXVI. This is a 2D 8-bit retro platformer, and let me tell you guys, out of all of the modern games I've played trying to emulate retro platformers, this might be the best one. It honestly expertly captures the retro feeling of super old cabinet arcade games, and if you guys are into that, I guarantee you'll enjoy Solais. But the game combines that super old retro feeling with some modern game making techniques, and it ends up feeling like a really polished, smooth experience. If you guys are into retro platformers and you're looking for something new to switch it up, I'd highly recommend you check out Solais. Alright guys, just a bit of shameless self-promotion here. If you are enjoying the video so far, would you leave a like rating and a comment down below to let me know? Thanks a lot. Now let's move on to our number 5 spot. In this spot, we have a game called Keep It Alive by Daniel Mullins. Now this is a 2D single player game where you are the conductor of a train and you have to balance multiple tasks at once. Now on the left side of your train there is a heart that you're transporting and you constantly have to be attending to it in order to keep it alive. Throughout your train ride there will be train robbers attacking and you have to use the pistol in the middle to fend them off. On the right side of the train there is a limited pile of coal and a furnace, and you have to shovel the coal into the furnace at the correct rate. If you shovel too slow, the train will not have enough energy to keep going forward, but if you shovel too fast, you'll go too fast and run out of coal. To add on top of all of that, you can trip and fall because your shoelace is untied, which costs you 3 to 5 seconds, and the train can go up and down hills, which affects its rate of speed. If you guys do like a good old intense gameplay experience, I'd highly recommend you check out Keep It Alive, as it is really fun, and one thing that I really admire about this game is the pacing. This game starts out slow so you can get the hang of it and increases the difficulty moderately each level. Overall, it's a highly polished, expertly designed gameplay experience, and I'd highly recommend you go check it out. By the way guys, all 10 of these games are 100% free, and the links will be down in the description below. Alright, moving on to our number 4 spot, we have a great game called Duplicators by Competitors. Now this is a top-down 2D puzzler game, and I actually did an indie game deep dive of this game earlier this week. I think it was Wednesday? It was Wednesday or Thursday. Anyway, in this game, you have to solve the puzzle and escape from a ton of levels, but here's the unique game mechanic. There are duplicator tiles on each level, and you can duplicate yourself and sometimes even other objects in order to complete the level. Sometimes you must duplicate yourself 3 or 4 times in order to get to the end, and it overall just gets super complicated and mind-boggling. I had so much fun playing this game, and it honestly stumped me for way too long. If you guys do want to check out that video, I'll link a card up in the corner. But if you do like solving puzzles and you like that rewarding feeling when you finally figure it out, I'd highly recommend that you go check out Duplicators by Competitor. Alright, moving on to our number 3 spot, we have another game that I did a deep dive on this week, and that would be Tiny Fragments by DazLog. This is a 2D puzzle platformer. I have some reservations about calling this game a platformer, but it is a fantastic game. Let me tell you about it. So for each level of this game, the level is split into multiple tiles. You have to rearrange these tiles into the correct order, sometimes multiple times per level, in order to get your character to the fruit at the end safely. Now the character just walks in a straight line until he hits something, in which case he turns around and goes the other direction. And the concept of this game is simple, but it makes for an amazing puzzle gameplay experience. Again, I'll link a card in the corner if you guys want to go check that out, but I highly recommend that you go give the game a playthrough if you haven't already. Alright, moving on to our number 2 spot for the day, we have a game called TumbleWeed. This is a game by Nicolas Mey. It's a 3D atmospheric journey style game, and I loved playing this game. So in this game, your only control over the environment is you can cause gusts of wind, and you have to guide a tumbleweed safely on a journey through the desert. This isn't just any desert though, it's full of beautiful sci-fi futuristic cities and terrifying enemies. This is a fantastic, calm, and serene game that can still be super challenging at times and has a lot of variety throughout the playthrough. It only takes 10 or 15 minutes to play through this game, and I highly recommend you do it in one sitting because it's such a seamless experience. So if you guys do like these sort of serene, relaxing journey type games, I'd highly recommend that you go check out TumbleWeed. Alright, moving on to our number 1 spot for the day. This is gonna be Milkman Karlson by Dani. Now, I feel a little bit nervous about recommending this game because if I had just come to this channel from the outside and I saw that this game got 1,500 views one day and the next day the channel creator is calling it the best game of the week, that seems slightly suspicious for me, and it's really important to me that you guys know that I am completely unbiased, or at least I do my very best to be, so I want to be very clear in saying that I am grateful for how much traction that video got, but this game is in the number 1 spot because it earned it. Now this game may be full of memes and have a hilarious art style, but if you really look at it, it is the best developed game on itch.io this week. If you guys did not see my video on it, I'll link it in a card. But basically, Dani took a bunch of Twitter suggestions and compiled them all into one game. The result is a hilarious gameplay experience with super challenging parkour levels, and you have to avoid cars and dying to explosive robots. If you guys are gonna check out just one game this week, I'd highly recommend you make it Milkman Karlson because it really is the most fun game of the week. And here comes the announcement for those of you that are fans of Milkman Karlson. Later this very day, I will be streaming the rest of the game live on my channel, so make sure you have post notifications on and you can join me later today because it's gonna be a party. Alright guys, that's gonna about do it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, join my Discord, and hey, if you have interest in the Game Jam, join that Discord too. And I will see you all later today. Bye.